a huge leap forward for the United States. No doubt about it, Herc, is getting Christian Pulisic back into the team. And, of course, we saw him back on the field. He returned to action Tuesday for Chelsea in that 1-0 win away against Malmo in Sweden. Came off the bench as a sub, came on in the 74th minute, Herc. I think, before we talk about what we can expect from Christian Pulisic, what'd you make of his performance in the, 16 minutes that we saw from him in the Champions League, including, yes, that miss. That was, yes, probably offside?
Probably offsides, doesn't matter. It's still it's still something you'd expect him to score. Maybe. He did everything right. I've been seeing comments, reading comments, hearing people saying that his touch was too heavy, took him wide. I thought it was perfect. I thought he did everything he needed to do. He just didn't put the ball in. I thought it was overall positive. That miss, though, not so positive. That's about the only thing that wasn't positive. But look, he wasn't expected to play against Malmo. Plays against Malmo, gets his feet wet, gets into a Champions League game. Now you can get him in a little bit of a rhythm. I thought it was a positive performance to say he should have put it away. Yes, because that's what you expect from a player of Christian's caliber.
So how much do you think we can expect from him in these games? And kind of specifically, I'm thinking about Mexico here. Maybe a game where you actually need Christian Pulisic for 90 minutes. He's got Burnley on the weekend, one more chance to get some minutes under his belt, but do you think he could give you a full 90 if you needed it against Mexico?
No, and I don't think you take him to that full 90. We still don't know what's going to happen before he gets into camp. He can play 60 minutes, 90 minutes, whatever the case may be. You have to take that into account. And when he gets to the Mexico game, because I'm not even thinking about Jamaica with Christian Pulisic. I'm thinking you have to manage Christian Pulisic. We have to come to a stark reality. Christian Pulisic is not a durable player. Not at club, not at country. He's a game changer. And when he's healthy, Seb, he's a player you need on the field and can change a game.
Is he a game changer for this U.S. team?
Yes.
Is he a game changer for this U.S. team?
Absolutely. He'll be a game changer.
Has he been so far in World Cup qualifying?
Yes. I thought it was with Christian Pulisic that he was a catalyst against Honduras that changed things. Yes, absolutely. I thought he was one of the
Honduras, no, he was off the field. He left in the 60th minute, and that's when they started scoring. He was one of the catalysts
with Honduras that was changing things. I'm telling you right now. And then against Canada, I thought he was one of the few players that was trying to actually do something different. So yes, he's a game changer. Here's the thing, though, Seb. You need him to be on the field to be a game changer. We're not going to argue his quality because I think he's proven it with Chelsea. He's proven with the U.S. men's national team that when he plays, he's very productive. But here are the overall numbers, the stark numbers with Christian Pulisic. In the last 2 years, November 2019 to now, 25 games, okay? Of those 25 games, he's only been available for 7 with the U.S. men's national team. Now, that's injury, that's COVID, that's him being rested because Gregg Berhalter doesn't want him with the U.S. men's national team, rather have him in preseason, win a spot. Whatever the case may be, he's not been available. He hasn't proven himself to be a durable player, and this is worrisome. So, if you can get 55, 65, 70 minutes out of him against Mexico, and his quality minutes, I cap him there. I limit it there because I don't think you need to stretch him or overwork him or even play him against Jamaica, or else we're talking about another situation where he goes back to Chelsea injured and it's just a snowball of trouble.
That's just it, isn't it? I mean, there's no Gio Reyna. Now we know no Sergino Dest. We're going to talk about that in a second. So some of your options potentially in that part of the field are thinning out. You need him, but you really can't risk him specifically, Herc, because of what you mentioned. This has already happened before. He carried a knock into the first 3 World Cup qualifiers. He gets hurt in Honduras and then, as we all know, misses the next couple months. If I'm Chelsea, you know that they're watching what's happening over these 2 games and the minutes that he's being asked to play. They want him to come back healthy. He needs to come back healthy. And the U.S. needs to send him back healthy, Herc, because this is not a player that can be missing any more time.
Not at all. Not at all. And he comes to that first qualifying round of World Cup qualifying against El Salvador on that COVID list. So remember, it's just always something. He's a player that you need to play in big moments, but you need him available.
So Christian Pulisic in. As we mentioned before, Sergino Dest is out. Dest out with a back injury. Tough, man. He turned 21 this week. He's got a bad back already. He had been starting,
Barcelona.
Of course. Yeah, right. He had been starting last few matches, last couple weeks at right wing for Barcelona. How significant of an impact is this for the U.S. men's national team, Herc?
Versus Mexico? Not so significant. Versus Jamaica? Pretty significant. And we've had this discussion too many times, Seb. He's a player that if you force him to defend, he's not very good for you. But if you're going to have a lot of the ball, if you're going to have a lot of possession, and you can push him high and wide, he's very effective for you. He's game-changing ability effective for you. The problem is, versus Mexico, I don't think the U.S. men's national team is going to have a lot of the ball. So what good does a Sergino Dest do to you if you're just trying to play transition, you're just having him defend? I don't think it's very good at all. And if you go into a three-man back line, that's Sergino Dest leaving those spaces in behind. I don't think versus Mexico that is the answer. So the impact, not so much versus Mexico. You're going to feel it versus Jamaica because you saw how good he was versus Jamaica. You saw his playmaking ability with Yunus Musa in that Jamaica game. Granted, that was at home versus Jamaica, still versus Jamaica. This Jamaica. So Jamaica, yeah, you can feel it. Against Mexico, I don't think they're going to have a lot of the ball, so I don't think it's going to be too much of a loss.
Not too much of a loss. Very interesting. So let's maybe then go over some of the options, see who we might pick out of the hat for the game against Mexico. You got Joe Scally. You got Reggie Cannon. You got DeAndre Yedlin.
Stop there.
Yeah?
Stop at
Joe Scally. He's ready for Mexico.
Joe Scally.
He's ready.
Are you ready for the Bundesliga? You're ready for Bayern Munich, but you're not ready for Mexico? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm asking. He's 18 years old. Are you confident? Are you confident putting him out there in this game against Mexico?
You put him out there.
First call up.
Yes, you put him out there because he's showing you. And the worst thing is, Gregg Berhalter needed 5 more games from him. He needed to see 5 more Bundesliga games to be convinced. I don't need to see 5 more Bundesliga games to be convinced. He's a two-way player. He's got tons of confidence right now. You can do much worse than playing Joe Scally. Reggie Cannon's been injured. DeAndre Yedlin's been inconsistent in club and inconsistent in this World Cup qualifying campaign. Give Joe Scally that chance versus Mexico. Sink or swim for a very good player playing a very good team in very good competition. I'm convinced. Are you not?
No. I'm fine to see him start this match. I just would point out, we do all these like, who's going to be in the 23 for Qatar. We didn't know who Joe Scally was 6 months ago. That's how quickly things can change.
Yep.
Now we're talking about him potentially, Herc. I mean, yes, he's already started a couple games against Bayern Munich. We're talking about him starting it right back in the biggest game on the calendar for the U.S. men's national team. That tells you something.
In his very first game.
That tells you something about this pool. I don't know if it's good or bad.
Beat the drum, Sebby. I know where you're going with this. Beat the drum. Beat it, Seb. I can already feel you.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.